Welcome to Justice Men. We got a great episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Conor McGregor fight and some exciting news for you guys about the Conor McGregor fight coming up in the next few months. We also got a great viewer question. Grab a drink, sit back, and let's go.
Always go hard with this school. Welcome to the show, let's make moves. Nothing's gonna stop us, it's not to get rough. Turn the whole room up, it's never enough. Let's go, 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 let's go.
Welcome to Justice Men. Like always, we got my man, Jonathan. Don't wish those things on me, Pedro. And I'm Jason. Brother.
I wore long shorts.
You wore long shorts today? That's why I didn't say that.
You don't see no thighs.
I love
today,
it,
right?
Yeah, I love it.
I don't like them.
I
might just pull them up.
There you go.
You're comfortable with that, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Dude, we scored 2 tickets. UFC 303, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler.
You at least got to order the pay-per-view.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Dude, and I feel bad
Maybe I'll stream it somewhere.
I feel bad because you were planning on going.
Uh-huh.
You know, we talked about this back in January.
Yep.
And then you found out, Katie was pregnant.
Well, I already know.
You already knew.
Yeah.
And that's why you're
He
kind
just
of
didn't share with us.
Yeah, I didn't share with you at that point. Yeah.
But, dude, was it me or that day we bought the tickets? It was frustrating.
No, it was ups and downs. It was adrenaline. It was getting pissed off. It was highs. It was
Speaking of our
lows.
last episode, we were talking about how to control your anger.
Luckily, I was at the gym, so it was all good,
Okay.
right?
I was about to throw the laptop, dude. I really was. So, okay.
So he texted me the night before,
Yeah.
right? He said, I paid for, I'm not sure what.
It was the UFC Fight Pass.
Right.
And you get early access to buy tickets.
Let's just shout out the UFC structure, right? They have a plan where they charge you for early access to go buy their tickets.
Ain't that something?
And I'm out here discounting 04 Malibus, right? Damn.
Nice.
Must be good, right?
Must be.
So he texted me, he was like, so I paid for the whatever he said.
Yeah.
I can go, we can get tickets. They're coming out tomorrow at noon, 10 o'clock, noon our time, right?
Okay.
I said, perfect, right? Let's do it. So the next day, he had texted me. He was like, I'm logged in. He sent me a picture of his laptop, right?
It's like counting down. It's like a countdown
Yeah,
clock.
like,
Yeah.
access in 38 minutes, right? I'm like, all right. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the website and let me be a backup plan to him, right?
Okay.
Let me see what I can do. So I went in and let me join the queue,
Okay.
right? So while you were in the queue, I didn't tell you because I was like, I'll just be the backup plan.
Right.
If you don't get them, I'll get them.
Right.
If you get them,
Right.
I'll get them too. We'll resell them, right?
There it is. Look at
Right.
you.
So I'm in the queue. I wait, and then 12 o'clock hits, and I'm like, okay, let me in, right? So then it starts the next bar. Like you're waiting
It's like
till
a
you.
long ass.
Now that we open the club, now you got to stand in the line outside the club to then come in.
In the VIP line. though.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like 30 some minutes, I'd
Yep,
say,
yep.
in that. So,
Right,
I got
yeah.
access at like 12:30, 12:40, right?
Okay.
I actually got access before he told me he had
Yeah.
access.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So once I got access, it said, okay, now enter your code. And I said, what
What
code?
code?
It was the code that the UFC gave
I
us.
said,
They gave me, yeah.
code. I said, all right. UFC 303. Nope.
Now you just
Conor
guessing it.
McGregor. Nope.
Oh, no.
I should have called
This
you.
is-
You
yeah,
could have got me in there.
right.
You
I
should have
would've got
texted me. I would have sent you the
No,
code.
I didn't want to take your code in case there was only
I
one
see what you're saying. I see what
use
you're-
one time. So
okay. Maybe
I
that-
said,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Well, I
sense.
found out later on with Eliza that it didn't work. You could use multiple.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that. We didn't
Well,
know that. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I just kept on trying. After, I don't know, like 3 to 5 attempts, it said, you've timed out, try again. So I joined the queue again.
Oh, good.
So at this point, while it's loading, I'm on Reddit, like, hey,
Where's the
anybody's got
code?
a code? Like, what's
Oh,
going
good code.
on?
Yeah.
And, they're like giving old codes, right? Like,
Right.
UFC 298. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try a variation of
I
that
can't believe we're doing that.
for
man.
the
I had
new
no
one.
idea he was
All
doing
while
that.
he's over there, doing his
He's
thing.
still waiting in line.
So when he actually texted me and said like he was now in, I
Yeah.
was already in my second go around
Oh,
of
good gosh.
not
Yeah.
getting in, right?
Yeah, right.
So at that point, I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna put all my weight on Jason, right?
So we're in. So I'm at my work, right?
Okay.
On my work computer. And I'm in. And I see the screen. And I see the stadiums with the seating.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. All right, these 2 seats, perfect. Boom, boom. Purchase. Seat's been sold out.
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh.
what in the world? Okay, no big deal. See, another seat's been sold out. This happened over and over and over and over again. And then I refresh the screen. Okay, cool. These seats are there. 2 of them sold out. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I did it so many times that all of a sudden a little thing popped up. And you probably know this. You're a robot. You got kicked out and just kicked me out of the system.
Well,
and I'm like, dude, you're talking about anger issues? Because you know.
I paid for this?
You're like, I just paid for this
seriously.
a year and this is like happening.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what in the world? So I call Liza. And now, even though I was on my lunch break at my desk, which I shouldn't have been at my desk, I should have hidden in a little room somewhere doing this. But it was just, I had 2 screens, so it was easier for me to see than just on my laptop. People were coming up to my desk. I'm like, I'm on my lunch. Leave me alone. I'm on my lunch. Because I was really focusing on this.
Yeah.
He was, because he was sending me pictures constantly.
I was like, this is what's going on. And so Eliza comes over, she goes, because, she's a big supporter of us, doing this. She goes, what's going on, babe? I was like, look what's going on. She goes, so she tries it. She goes, what in the world? And it was just every seat sold out. And she goes, okay, what's that code? So I give her the code. I text. So she tries it on her phone. Same thing. And so I'm just like, and literally we're spending about an hour there, hour and a half.
At least
doing this. So I'm going, obviously I got to get back to work. And there was people that were calling me and I was just like,
stop calling me.
this is crazy. Like, this is what is going on here.
Yeah.
So I had to leave my desk to go do some work, but I had my laptop with me on this little cart, right? And I'm doing this, right? And I'm just constantly checking. Liza's at her desk doing the same thing, just checking. Nothing. Like, what is going on? And finally, we were kind of going, okay, this is not working. And I'm texting you. I'm like, hey, bro, this is not working. Let's just go on to StubHub. Let's try to find something on StubHub. So we're looking at seats on StubHub. We're looking at prices on StubHub. And I mean, you got prices anywhere from $500, but you're like way in the high bleacher area.
He's wrong there. They didn't start at 5.
Oh, what was it? Like
They were
1,000?
starting at like $990, and that was at the top of T-Mobile Arena. You were touching the T on the roof.
Yeah. At $990
Good God.
to like 20 G's,
So-
where you could get blood on you.
Good
So-
God.
So
Yeah.
while he was doing this, he sent me a screenshot of one of the pictures or one of the seats, and it came out to $7,000
$7,000.
for 2 tickets, right?
Yep.
He's like, is the wife cool with you doing this? I said, I don't know, but I'm not cool with doing this. Like, I don't know how cool she is or isn't,
Yeah.
but I'm not cool with this
Yeah.
part.
I went to Eliza, like, you want to put a reverse mortgage on a house? She's like, no.
So I'm like, okay, so I went to StubHub, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the lower section because I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, it's about being there, right? But what's the point of being there if you're
Just way
looking
the
at
hell
the
up
screen up there? You could just be looking at the screen at home,
Right.
right?
What's the point?
So I want to be in the 100s. Like I started wanting to get blood on me, but right now I'm gonna settle for the 100 area, right? Or it wasn't the 100s. The 100s is kind of their second section, and then their 200s is the top, and their single digits is the lower level, right? So that's where we were looking, single digits. So I texted him. I was like, hey, they're only $2,000 a piece on here for the single digits. Let's buy these. He's like, all right, I'm on it. So he went to the single digits, put 2 tickets in our cart for $2,000 each. Our total was $6,400.
$6,400.
They were charging $2,700 collectively in fees on these tickets.
Just on the tickets. So literally,
It
you're
was
thinking it was going to be.
insane.
Now, I bought tickets before online. Yeah, they charge
Me
a fee,
too.
whatever. No
$15,
big deal. $15, $20, $30,
Yeah.
$100, no big deal.
No.
Not $800 and $900 in
Each.
fees alone.
Each ticket.
Each.
That
And I
was
was just like, what the?
I
like-
was coming to the terms with I'm okay with not going before they get over on me this bad.
Did you get tickets?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah, we got tickets.
Come on, man.
We got tickets.
So what happened?
So this is what happened. So I'm on my laptop, on my card. He's still doing his thing on the. So dude, it was crazy. And I'm gonna thank my wife, man. Eliza saved the day.
Okay.
I don't know how she did it using my code. So the money I invested to do the UFC, she found it, somehow figured it out, not on the website. She went on the app, the AXS app.
Okay.
And so I don't know, computers more than I do. I guess there was a lot of, either it was slow, the firewalls, or something.
There's just too many people at
Too
once
many people
buying
on
tickets.
it. Something was
Yeah.
going on. But the app is different.
Yeah.
So when she went on the app, did the same exact thing. She was able to find 2 tickets like this, put them in the cart like this.
Cheat code. Nice. Okay.
And so I'm going, what? And so she calls me. She comes over. She goes, where you at? And I'm like, oh, I'm over here. And she comes over there. And she goes, call Pedro, put him on speaker. I was like, okay. So I called Pedro, put him on speaker. She's right there. She goes, Pedro, I got these 2 tickets right now. And they give you a timer.
And she goes, shit, disregard. And I'm like, all right, then Eliza. She said, this is okay. So Jason was like, so are you saying we did? She said, bye, Jason.
Oh, good God.
So she had him and lost him like that.
And then I hung up. He called me right back. She's got him again. She found him again. Somehow she got him.
Him. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Some glitch or something. She got him again.
Okay.
I said, I called him in. She got him again. I said, buy him now. And she bought him and it's done.
What section?
What section?
The single digit section.
Yeah, single digits.
Lower level.
Lower level. I mean, amazing price.
Okay.
Great view.
We're not getting blood on us, but if they throw out t-shirts, we can get one of them.
We get a t-shirt, yeah.
So we're in the lower level.
We see like Joe Rogan, and the announcers and shit like that. Yeah,
I don't know what our ticket price was each. I don't know what the fees were.
Well, it was like $2,300.
Well, that was total, but I don't know like what we paid $4,600 to go to this event.
Yeah.
You guys that love Conor. I mean,
it's an experience.
It's an experience
for sure.
I mean,
this is probably the last time we'll get to see Conor. I'm a fan, but the likelihood of him coming back again, I don't know.
This is what I think is going to happen. He has 2 or 3 fights under his UFC contract. Okay, he doesn't need to fight these fights. He just doesn't want to pay the fees for breaking his contract. Not only that, he has an ego. He has a stigma to preserve. All right. He started in the UFC.
But if he loses this fight for any reason, he's not going to do that to himself. He will pay to end that contract.
Yep.
Instead of continue to fight and lose.
I mean, the dude's already milling. He's bringing in money.
This man, it comes to, he doesn't need to fight. He wants to fight.
He wants to fight.
He doesn't need to ever do anything again for the rest of his life. And him, his kids, and kids will be set.
Oh, he's set.
As long as he minimizes his Lamborghini boat.
Lamborghini boats?
Yes.
You see the Lamborghini?
Oh, are you serious? No, man, I don't pay attention to that dude.
He's not. And he has a restaurant in Ireland. I don't know if you saw that, the Black Forest.
Yeah. And he doesn't like Pepsi. He likes Coke. So it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, I got you.
But I mean, so the chances of him fighting again, I think it's rare. And if he does fight, I think he's going to close out his UFC chapter in Ireland. That's where it started for him. I think that's where he's going to close it out.
Oh, that would go crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's
where he's going to close it out. And so
you might need to pitch that to Dana because that is a great one there.
I really do think he's going to close it out there. He started there.
You guys going to fly out there?
Yes. I've always wanted to go to Dublin.
There you go.
Eliza's been, and I'm down to go.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin.
I'm down to go. She's been.
Conor
before.
aside, I've always wanted to go to Dublin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what is your predictions? UFC 303.
Conor McGregor, $4,600 worth of me hopes. He wins.
Like, we're gonna have to bet on this fight when we get there.
Oh, for sure.
We have to.
For sure.
We have to throw down something.
And he's gonna be the favorite.
You give us some money, Jonathan. We'll throw it down to
over
for
Michael
you too,
Chandler.
man.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's gonna be the favorite.
They picked an opponent for Conor McGregor to win. He appeals to all of Conor McGregor's strengths. Mm-hmm. He wants to stand up and bang with them. Everything that Conor McGregor succeeds in, Michael Chandler is open to fighting that way instead of someone that'll just, take him to the ground, tap him like his last fight ended. Or fight before. So I'm going to say Conor by decision.
Conor by decision? Okay.
Or a first round knockout.
Oh, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. Vegas is going to be like, I only get one. You can't get two.
I think Conor by decision.
Conor by decision. Okay.
Did you see that dude tweaking out? You think he's going to go decision?
Yeah, I don't think the UFC refs will let him loose if it goes decision.
Oh, you think he's going to make it that far?
I told you he doesn't like Pepsi.
I get it.
He'll be energized.
Okay, we'll see.
He
what
will
happens.
be energized.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Honestly, okay, this is my conclusion with this. This is how I feel. You have two UFC fighters. Haven't fought in a few years. Okay. McGregor, last fight, broke his foot. Okay. Unless Poirier. I think, to me, when I watched that fight with Sarah, that was our first UFC fight that we watched with Sarah. And she loved it. She was just sitting on Dad's lap and loving it, every minute of it. But I think if you get injured, and it's obviously, like his, you could see it. I think it should have been a tie. I think should have been like a what do you call
What?
it?
A draw?
A draw.
No, he lost.
You know what I'm
If you
saying?
can't finish, you lose.
I think that if you get injured, you should be drawn, then make it up later on when you guys get better. But I'm not,
Yeah, luckily you ain't calling it.
yeah, I'm not calling it.
Mhm.
But I think he's coming back with a vengeance. He's coming back. He's going to be the most.
I mean, he came back with vengeance in that fight, though, because he got tapped the fight before.
It's true. But I think he's going to be the most. He's coming back and he's going to make a name for himself more than ever. And he's always. And here's something crazy, and I've found this out. So there's he. I don't know if you follow what he does, okay, and how he does it. He knows how to project himself in a very confident way. He knows
that's
the laws of attraction.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And what he does is he follows those rules of the laws of attraction very well. The suits, the colorful suits, how he says himself in the press conference. And dude, get ready to stay in line for about 3 hours because, dude, we're making the press conference. We're making the weigh-in. We're doing all that and you have to stay in line. I mean, it's free tickets, but you got to wait in line. We're going to be, can't forget, be there at 5 a.m. We're going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
I might not
You
make
got,
that.
there's a 2-hour difference, though. You
That's
get a
still
little
7
bit.
this time.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I'll wait in line and I'll call you when I'm almost
Call
there.
me.
Yeah, call you. But dude, I mean, I'm telling you, like, he knows how to show himself.
Oh,
what
he
I mean?
he can sell out the
He
arena.
could sell out the arena. And it looks like it's on that point already too, about to sell out that arena.
He's the biggest star to ever fight in the UFC.
Yep.
He might not be the best fighter. That's not what I said. He is the biggest star to
No
ever
doubt.
fight in the UFC.
I give you that.
Yep.
John Jones is the best fighter to ever fight in the UFC, but that's another topic.
Okay. And I think he has a name to keep for himself. So he's training hard. You follow him on Instagram. He's training hard. And he's always bragging now. I mean, that surgery to his foot, they put a metal rod in there.
Mm-hmm.
So now, he's calling himself the Terminator.
Yeah,
That he's going to blow him. He
Yeah.
actually said it on Instagram that he's going to pretty much kill him with his right foot alone over his top of his head. And it's smack talk and everything.
Yeah.
But he's coming back with a vengeance.
Sure.
My prediction.
Gets knocked out in the first round.
No, honestly,
sorry. Sorry, go
that's
on.
your
Go
prediction.
on.
My prediction is McGregor wins against Chandler, knockout in the first round.
Oh, okay.
That's my win. He's going to win first round.
Right foot.
And he's going to go,
Right foot.
I'm telling you.
I was halfway there with you.
Yeah, he's going to win the first round. Look at, I don't know if you remember, against Cerrone.
Mm.
I watched that fight too. Cowboy Cerrone. Dude, he came in there. I mean, I'm at a bar. I was at actually Whiskey Girl in San Diego watching that fight. Watching the prelims. The prelims took forever. I mean, I think it was only like one knockout. Went all the way to decision. McGregor comes in, and they're like, yeah, here we go. Within 2 minutes, that fight was gone.
And that night I said Conor McGregor's back. He is back, and he's about to get his belts back.
Yep.
And he didn't.
So, and he just, yeah. So, I mean, what do you think? What's your
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. So,
You're not a fan of the sport or the fan of the man?
The man.
Man.
Not a fan of the man.
Okay.
Never. I mean, hey, you know what? I give him props for what he did. I mean, because he really did. I mean, he got paid in a sport that no one was getting paid.
Right.
And you got to respect.
He made
himself.
other fighters demand to get paid.
You're right. I mean, yeah, and he was calling out other fighters for fighting for that pennies that they were getting. I mean, so you got to respect him for that. But not a fan of the man. So I mean, I don't know. Let him do him. I hope he gets knocked out in the first round. Just and then be over with and go somewhere else. I don't care. Go back. Go make movies again.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's something. I like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, speaking of Conor McGregor and how he is, his bravado, his confidence. Yep. I mean, people look at him and he's like straight up alpha guy. You can just see that from him. How he is.
Okay.
Like him or hate him, that confidence. He walks in a room. You see how he walks in his arena, in the octagon. He's ready to roll.
Oh, he's demanding attention and respect.
He's a man. Yeah. So we have a different viewer question today than I think we've ever been. Okay, and the viewer question is: my friends keep telling me I'm a beta guy.
I hear you.
How do you become alpha? This is from Brandon in Kingwood, Texas. My friends keep telling me I'm beta. How do you become alpha? Conor McGregor. Anybody looks at him and, you pretty much could define that he's alpha, okay, based off how he is. A lot of people define alpha like, out there crushing skulls. It's not like that. Alpha is someone that just has confidence and does what he says he's going to do. That's my definition. Alpha is someone that's going to protect his family. Alpha is someone that's going to protect, and provide for his family. That's how I find alpha now, being married and having a kid. You know what I mean? Alpha's out there working hard. Alpha's out there doing something to better himself. If it's mentally, if it's physically, always improving himself. To me, that's alpha. Everybody has different variations and definitions of alpha. To me, if you're bettering yourself physically, education-wise, mentally, being a good father, providing for your wife, providing for your family, providing for, everybody that, you love and cherish and you protecting them. To me, that's alpha. Because, and he's saying, he's getting called beta. Okay, well, what are you doing? That, is it that you're afraid to talk to girls? Is it that don't have the confidence enough to do something? In our last episode, we talked about confidence. What are you doing that people are thinking that you're
His
beta?
friends.
Is it your friends are telling you that you're beta?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why are they telling you? Is it something that you feel like you can't work on or improve? Because I feel like anything that you're struggling in life, you could work on and improve. We've never done this before.
Yeah.
Look at this. You know what I mean? So we learned, we improved, and we're constantly improving this. Everybody has a different definition of alpha. My definition for me is being confident, providing and protecting for your family and caring for them, and to make sure you're improving yourself physically and mentally.
Yeah, but the thing about it, when you go with your definition, beta in anybody's, if you're just doing, living life and, taking care of your family, all that definitely could be a beta. I mean, so if you want to look at it like that, I mean, the typical alpha is I hate typical alphas. It's just the most irritating person. Conor McGregor.
Okay.
That means so.
Okay.
That to me irritates me just because it's like, oh, go somewhere else.
Okay.
I don't need that. I don't see myself as an alpha, but I'm not going to let any alpha push me around or anything like that.
Okay.
That is
right.
As far as, yes, take care of your family, do what you do. If you want to be an alpha per se, screw what your friends say. Who freaking cares?
Right. Okay.
And I mean, that's, you do you, and you worry about you. Don't worry about what your friends are saying.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
and that to me, I guess, would be your alpha, because
Right.
you are your leader. You lead, you do your thing. You don't have to lead a group. You don't have to be, the guy who's, the guy in front of all the guys and going to talk to all the girls. I mean, if that's what this question, I'm not really sure if that's what he's talking about, but
Right.
don't worry about all that. If that's not your personality, that's not your personality.
Right.
You'll find that person, or, that girl that you like, and, wherever, and doesn't have to be the one that everyone's going after if that's
Right.
not your personality.
Right, exactly.
You just be
Exactly.
you. Don't worry about alpha beta, because that's just one of the most irritating things to me, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, that's the best part about this podcast is that
Yeah.
everybody has
Yeah,
variations
for
of this.
sure. I knew
Yeah.
where you would come from, and that's just not me, because I do not like alphas.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was struggling to answer the question when it first was asked, because when I think of the definition alpha, I think just beating your chest,
Yep. Mhm.
yelling,
Like
Right,
King
yeah.
Kong type of
like
mentality.
you want to
right.
be the loudest in the room.
Right.
Yep, those
And-
guys.
To some definition, that is an alpha, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel there's a lot of variances to the word,
Mhm. For
right?
sure.
I will never be the loudest person in the room.
Mhm.
That's not my goal.
Right.
I will never, I feel like when you're so hard of I'm an alpha, like you have something to prove.
Mhm.
You're feeling inadequate in some position to where you're trying to prove that you're tougher than people view you as.
for sure.
Okay.
And I don't just walk around. I've never referred to myself as the word alpha.
Right.
Never. My
Mm.
wife's never referred to me as that. But at the end of the day, when a decision needs made, when something needs taken care of, if someone needs to go see what's going on in the back, I'm going.
Right.
I'm the one to go do that, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I just feel like if you say like one, and speaking in a marriage, right? If one's an alpha, the other needs to be a beta, right?
Mm.
For it to go
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
And I don't feel that's the case for me. Like I don't have a beta woman. Like I
don't
have a
either.
strong
Same with
woman
mine.
that she doesn't need me for anything, right?
So she's alpha, you're beta.
No.
So we figured this one out.
No, like she doesn't
I
need
got it, I
me.
got
She
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
need
yeah.
me for anything. Same
Right,
as
right.
I don't need her for anything,
Right.
Oh,
right?
slow down now.
Yep.
This is being recorded.
But really, like we've said this, like we don't need each other.
Right.
We want each
We
other.
want each other.
Okay,
Exactly.
We wanna be
That's
here,
exactly
right?
what we feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my wife isn't we have the term that we use often, lost puppy. Neither one of us are a lost puppy.
Right.
We don't need guidance. We don't
Okay.
need like, hey, hold my hand because I don't know where I'm going without you.
That makes
We're going
sense.
to be okay without
yeah.
each other.
Right.
We know where
live life
we're
already.
going.
We know how to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're both strong people, and there's a time and a place for everything. If we need to take care of something, a tough thing is going to happen. My wife's strong enough to take care of that on her own.
Mhm.
She doesn't need me to come be her knight in shining armor. Now, at the same time, if someone's trying to come in our back door, she's going to say, "Go handle that," right?
Yep.
So we share that, but I've never actually liked the term alpha myself
Okay.
because it just feels very douchey to me,
Okay.
Thank you.
that's not me. Like
yeah, I'm with you.
I don't have nothing to prove. Like I don't need to tell you like, oh, I make this amount of money. I drive this or I drove. Like you're proving something for what, right? It's not me.
To who? It doesn't even matter.
Like
yeah.
I have no reason to beat my chest.
Yeah.
So if
I hear
you're,
you.
I don't know why, Brandon, I don't think you need to be an alpha.
Yeah.
Be a good person. I feel an alpha is a leader.
Yep.
Be someone strong enough that whoever it is you're trying to be alpha for wants to follow you, and that's alpha. in my
Yeah, for sure.
opinion.
I like that. And see, that's why I love these viewer questions because we all have different answers,
Yep.
different perspective on these things.
Yeah, there's Jason over there.
I love it. But Brandon, hopefully we answered your question, man. I appreciate the viewer question. If you guys have any questions, emails on their description on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to us. Helps us out, helps us grow. And all you subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for watching us. And we're getting better every day for you guys. Like always, we have Jonathan, we got Pedro, I'm Jason. See you guys next week. Thank you.